Alright, we're going to be doing a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm standing actually in the closet space, but you can see it's kind of dirty and it's got a lot of stains. This is the small bedroom. Red stains, things like that. Living room. Very, very dark stains. Lots of clutter. This is kind of what you can, this carpet is 7 months old, so this is what you consider a very trashed carpet because it was brand new. Red stains. Some kind of, that may be a burn, so we'll do the best we can with that. Even the closet has, there's some wax, candle wax or something. Alright, and we're going to use the Dyson DC25 to pre-vacuum with. And we're going to probably have to take it apart a few times, but that's okay. But we'll watch and see how much junk we get in the bin. Of course, we have to be very careful with it, so if you're doing a carpet like this, go around and pick up all the big stuff by hand. Or use a rake like we've got there. And we may not video all of the vacuuming, but we'll video some of it. At least the living room. So stay tuned. Alright, we're in the living room and we're going to start the pre-vacuum. That's a nail. Yeah.
You heard that stop?
Yeah. All right.
Got a fair amount of stuff that's way up.
Yeah, it's got
That's
some
a
real
lot of
fine
fine
stuff.
sand and dirt down on the bottom too. It's here. Let's dump it out. Here, hold this into the bag. Go ahead. That's good enough. It's a lot of stuff. Fine dirt and hair.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So we always wondered how heavy duty the Dyson was, but if it does stuff like this, it's stronger than we thought because we used to be scared it was too fragile for this kind of work. But this is
see
the
how the
nastiest
brush
ones we've
rolls.
done in a long time.
Yeah, the brush roll needs cleaned.
Some.
So we're going to pull all that apart and get all the hairs off of that. And
But it did a good job.
we haven't even done the edge with the wand yet. We'll do that after a while. But we're going to have to stop, clean the vacuum before we can go on to the next room. I don't know if we'll show much more of the vacuuming anyway, but stay tuned. We're going to be showing a lot of the carpet cleaning, and I don't know if we'll put it all together in one video or not, but it's going to be an interesting job to get all this stuff cleaned out of this carpet.
Quite the chore.
So, as you can see, the carpets are pretty filthy.
When they're dirty like this, the goal is not as much to get them perfectly immaculate as much as to get them decently presentable, because this is
Yeah,
like
you can't get
like
this 100%.
the carpet, the colors are stripped off the carpet fibers and everything else. So
All right. Yeah, we've got a little more maintenance to do on the machine, and then we're going to go back to vacuuming and get on to the next stage of the clean. So stay tuned. Or actually, this may not be in the same video, but whether we put it on the end of this one or if it's another video, watch for it. But so far, this is what we've got done. All right. We did the second bedroom down the hall there, and this is what we got. I'm not going to dump it right now, and the brush bar is completely filthy again, and I'm going to have to take it apart one more time. I'm going to do it after a little bit because we're going to do the bonnet cleaning here. We're going to do this living room and that one bedroom, and so I'm going to film that and then come back and clean this vacuum out and finish the pre-vac. I still have this room to do, and it's got nails and screws and all sorts of stuff all over the place still. While I was vacuuming that room, my brother was looking for nails in here. He found a whole bunch of them. So, and there's still going to be some buried in the carpet. You can't 100% get everything, but what you try to do is just get the majority of the stuff, and then you have less chance of having a break in your vacuum. You don't want to break your vacuum if you can help it. But you can see this carpet's going to have a lot of junk coming out of it too. Not too shabby for people living here for about 7 months. They did a pretty good number on it. Anyway, we're going to do an Oreck orbiter video, probably separated from this because we're also going to have to do a rub doctor video as well. So he's pre-spraying in there. The vacuuming is not going to be. I'm not going to show much more of that. I'll show you. I'll put on the end of this video probably the finished results when we get done with everything. And we're probably going to have to come back and treat the red stains with a steamer and everything too. So, but I'll have to get the clips all put back together in the right order later on. But anyway, that's all for this part, except for just showing you the finished results. But we're going to have an Oreck orbiter video and a rub doctor video coming up soon too. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, thanks for watching so far. All right, we're bonnet cleaning this apartment real quick. We're going to come back with the rub doctor and extract. But you can see it's got some pretty good stuff in here to get out.
As nasty as you want to get without just pulling the carpet out and putting in a brand new one.
And this is a 7-month-old carpet, so
that's why it's not getting pulled out.
It got torn up pretty bad.
It's so new that it's a shame we didn't get out, so they want to get it clean as good as possible and use it again. And it'll look good when we're done. I mean, it may not be perfect. See, when they're like this, you don't try to get them perfect. You just try to get them really clean. And if it does look perfect, that's just the feather in the cap. But that's not the goal, is to perfect it, is to make it look good.
Now some of the red stains we may have to come back with a steamer and get.
Yeah, they're not just going to come out. They're going to be stubborn.
And on those we'll use ammonia to
straight
spray them on, you get them out. And we also, it looks like maybe some gum in the carpet.
That'll come
That will melt out with the steamer too.
real easy.
And this carpet's so matted down because they took such poor care of it that even though we vacuumed really thoroughly, you can see there's crumbs and stuff popping up because they were embedded in the matting of the carpet.
Now, if you notice, I'm not moving fast on this at all. This is not the time to zoom through. This is the time to let the machine just do the job. If ever you need to wonder as an or good for a carpet business, this will be the video to help you decide that idea.
Now while he's working on this area, which unbelievably is not really a bad enough area, I mean I can show you real quick, we have another room in here that has some pretty bad stains in it. Show you real quick. This room hasn't been pre-vacuumed yet, so we're going to have to get all the loose stuff off the ground first. Of course, this one, let me walk around a little bit in case it's hard to tell with the lighting how much of this you're going to be able to see. You can kind of see the area he's worked on up there, and the rest of the carpet's pretty dirty. The hallway isn't too shabby. This other room in here, which has just been pre-vacuumed, it's got some good stuff in it, and there's a really bad, that may be a burn. We're going to have to figure it out. We don't really want to touch anything in here. So it's not like you want to rub with your finger and lick your finger and see what it tastes like, decide what's in the carpet. Alright.
Alright, I'm going to get the entire dirty stain before I even get to the clean areas. Looks like we've got some overcast clouds come through, the sun just dropped a bit. Honestly, this is coming out real nice. But if you have a good pre-spray and a nice machine like this oil carver, you can get everything clean down to the carpet mat every single time. If you just take your time and be cool.
And we have some subscribers that actually also own these Oreck orbiters and use them quite a bit, and they know who they are, and so they're kind of used to what these things can do. They really do a great job. We just use the bonnets most of the time. We have carpet brushes, but we don't use them a lot. Most of the time, the bonnet scrubs really well, so we just use the bonnet. And we just use the standard Oreck bonnets because they work good enough for what we're doing. But if you want to spend the money, there's more expensive bonnets out there that are more aggressive, and will maybe save you a little bit of time.
But our thing is, when you can do work like this with these bonnets, why would you buy cotton bonnets and spend a lot more, or the ones that have fiber built into them? I mean, look at this.
Well, we did a job the other day, and the guy, he sits around and strips wires all day because he likes to recycle the copper. And so when we got done with that job, even though it had been vacuumed and you couldn't see anything, we pulled tons and tons of little strands of copper out of the carpet, and it ruined the bonnet. So we had to throw it away, because you couldn't get that stuff back out again, and you couldn't even wring the bonnet out with your hands without slicing your hands up with the copper. So these bonnets can get ruined. You want to be careful.
We've heard people debate that these machines a lot enough, they don't really get down to the full length of the fiber. Well, here's the deal. That one we did that was full of wire, it was vacuumed for months and months, and so there was no wire in that carpet. What we got in our bonnet, that was down from the mat. That's the only place that the wire could have even been. It's in the mat. They get down to the bottom of the carpet. If someone tells you otherwise, we're telling you otherwise. They get down all the way to the bottom. If they're real dirty, like I'm going slower on it, you just slow down, you take it easy, and you'll still clean it out. Now, there's bigger, heavier machines out there that are orbital and stuff, and they are faster, but they're $4,000 or $5,000. And they are, it's not that they're better, they're quicker. And if you have a business where you're doing 7 or 8 of these a day, I suppose you'd want something like that because you want to get one done in 15, 20 minutes. But with us, this does everything we need. We're not in a hurry. And we like how these work, and they're inexpensive. For the price of one of the bigger bulk machines, I can get a fleet of these things for 10 guys to work. So, but the other ones are good. There's big ones out there that work good. There's a guy that makes them, and he does a good job on them out in Kentucky. And they're nice machines, but this is what we use because it suits our business needs.
There's a link in the video description if you have access to the video description, and you can go check these out. We put them on Amazon because that seems to be the best place to get one. They have competitive pricing. The price jumps around a little bit, but the top price you'll usually see is about $380, and they've gone down. What was it, $224 or something once?
They've gone down to about $200. You know, you can catch them on sale.
If you're willing to wait long enough to get your hands on one, and they're good machines. They're definitely professional quality.
Now, someone messaged us the other day about getting one that's one of the white ones off of eBay or something. Here's the deal: if you get a chance to get a used one, you snag it up. But since they're used, we recommend you snag one up that's used, but then start saving your money and get a brand new one. So you have a used one and a new one in case your used one does break prematurely, because you never know why they're selling them.
Yeah, we have one. We have an extra one at home. We had one, the first one we used in most of our videos. It got dropped accidentally. It got knocked over and fell down the stairs, let's put it that way. And that wasn't really something we did. That was what happens when you have people walking around checking out your stuff, and you can't get them to leave it alone sometimes.
Yeah, we had one go down some steps.
It's an attractive nuisance. Well, that one, when you plug it in, smoke pours out the top of it, and it will not turn. So we have that one set aside. Maybe we'll get it fixed someday, but we bought another one. So we always try to keep at least two of every machine in case we have a breakdown.
Yep. So we got 3 vacuums, 1 shop vac, 3 rug dunkers, 2 of these Oreck orbiters. So we're set for any kind of mess up that comes along.
And we've been using the DC25, the Dyson DC25 for a lot of the videos lately because a lot of people ask to see it. And it's doing a really good job, but the kind of cleaning we're doing, they're not really designed so much for that heavy duty of a clean. So we may burn that out. We'll probably get a new Dyson at some point when that one starts to get real weak or it doesn't seem like it's performing real well. The thing that's nice about the Dysons is, well, like that one there, I cleaned the bin out, but you can show people what they're getting out of their carpet. And it's a lot harder to do that with a bag vacuum. Now you can also see, that's in one bedroom, how dirty the brush roll is. And I have to take that out and clean it. I try to clean it every time I empty the bin on these apartments because there's always a lot of hair. All right, that carpet's already looking a lot better.
It's finished.
If you start the video over, when you get to the end of this one and you start looking and you can see what it looked like before we started, it's already a huge improvement. It still has to be extracted, and we still need to do the steam treatment on some of the stuff like this spot of gum here and the red stains. But we're not going to show much more of the bonnet cleaning part because it takes a while to do it. But I'll try to show you the finished results, maybe before we extract, maybe after. But you can see it's got its work cut out for it because he's got some stuff in here too. So the lesson to be learned is be careful who you rent apartments to. But that's all for right now. Keep watching. Alright, we finished vacuuming the last room. And it's kind of hard to get the light right. You can see kind of what we were left with. In fact, I'll show you real quick the brush roll, because I've had to clean it in every room and I'm going to have to clean it one more time. But we're done vacuuming. Let me dump this. Hold it with that. Now I vacuumed up some drywall dust, so this apartment has not been house kept yet, so if we make a little bit of a mess, it's not that big a deal. Go ahead and set this up here. Alright. Come on now. So that's a pretty good amount of junk for one apartment. You can see it's a big mound of stuff. Please break open. Alright. Yep. There's my hand. I have a large hand. Get that, and you can kind of compare it to the size of the bin here. You see there's a lot of stuff in there. So, that's it for the pre-vacuum. We've already scrubbed the carpet in here with the Oreck Orbiter, and he did do this carpet in here. Hallway's done. Now they still need to be extracted, and we still need to do red stain treatment and get the gum out and everything. Not too shabby so far. He's going to bonnet clean one more room, and I'm going to get the vacuum cleaned up while he's doing that. But that's all for the vacuuming. I'm going to also put on the end of this, though, I'm going to try to put the finished results when everything's done, so you can see how nice the carpet's turned out. I just finished pre-vacuuming this one. You can kind of see, you know, there was a lot of junk for one room. Basically, that's it for now.
I think we'll film some bonnet cleaning in here.
Possibly.
But we don't know what the lighting situation's like, so
yeah, we'll have to turn the
it'll
lights
turn
off.
out good or it won't. We don't know. But we'll film it, and if it don't look good,
But that'll be
we'll
part
see
of the bonnet cleaning video. Be separate from this vacuuming. But anyway, that's it for right now. So keep your eye open for the other videos, though. Thanks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and show some more bonnet cleaning because this room's so nasty. The other room came out really good for bonnet cleaning.
The living room, the hall, and the bedroom came out good.
Yeah.
This one just doesn't have a lot of, this will turn out good, it's just we don't know if there's enough sunlight. We actually got the overhead lights on, which we hate typically doing, but
I'll try to find a spot I can stand where you see the carpet the best.
without lights,
It's better without the lights.
I don't know. Turn them all off then, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. This is some real dark stuff. I don't know if it shows on film, but it's real dark where I'm at. When you see me slow down, I'm in a guaranteed dark area. I will slow down for fun.
Then we're going to come back up here with the extractor and we're going to suck everything out of the carpets, and we also are going to have to probably use the steamer to get some of the stains out. There's gum in the carpet and there's red stains, and so we're trying to scrub out as much as we can, but we're probably going to end up having to steam out a bunch of the stuff. Not all the red stains have come up so far. And then again, excuse the lighting in here. It's kind of in a, there's nothing but shadows here, so.
Yeah, we can't.
Shut that door a little bit and that'll help some. Now on carpets like this, it's good to just scrub every square inch of the carpet that you can. On some carpets, if it's just one stained area, you can just kind of scrub the stained area and not worry about it. But on these, we're going to scrub everything.
I'm going to pull my cord in here so I can shut the door. It's pinching my cord.
That way when we run the rub doctor over everything, it doesn't have to work as hard because we've already scrubbed everything.
That way the rug doctor is one pass cleaning. The secret to a good extraction is getting it so you only get the carpet minimal wet. If you only have to clean one pass with the rug doctor, you don't get the carpet very wet. It dries in about 3 hours, and that's what you want.
Yeah, we want to keep the carpets as dry as we can, because if you get the carpet soaked, then you're going to have wicking, you're going to have browning, and you don't want to do that. You have to use enough of the water to get all your cleaning chemical out, though. You don't want to leave any residue behind, or you're going to have resoiling. So.
Now this carpet's only 7 or 8 months old, but it's actually completely trashed. The people who live here nasty. I mean, that's all. That's the only word for it. Nasty, filthy, gross people. I never even seen them, but I can see their carpet, so I know what they were like without seeing them face to face.
Well, I picked up a needle from from one of their syringes out of the carpet,
So yeah, they were nasty.
so they were shooting up and everything in here. So this is a pretty bad deal. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the texture of the carpet's already improving quite a bit.
It's going to be better.
Well, you could see if it wasn't so dark in here. But
This camera we use this get to camera, it does an amazing job with darkness. So this video may turn out better than we think of it. I suspect it's a little bit dark, even for this camera. But we did one in some real darkness a while back, and it turned out immaculate. So you never can tell. We'll see. If it's a good video, then you're hearing us talk. If it's not, you wouldn't even know.
we'll just delete the video.
It's just so you'll never even know all this conversation took place. That's the amazing thing about YouTube. You really don't know what anybody's doing, except what they post up on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll see how that does.
It'll come out.
Well, the Oreck Orbiter is the best machine if you have to clean out someone's den of iniquity.
Well,
You definitely want to have a machine that can handle it.
like I said in another video, there's bigger machines that are orbital, and they're nice, and they're really, really good machines, and they're faster, but they're expensive, and it just depends on what your business is like.
In this machine, you can get into that closet there and shut the door and get behind the door with this machine. You're not going to be able to do that with a lot of the bigger ones. So
With this machine, I'm not going to hurt myself carrying it downstairs.
yeah.
It only weighs about 25 pounds. And it does with the big machines too, so in a way I just don't want a big machine.
Now we've got another video that shows the pre-vacuuming of this carpet with the Dyson DC25. And if anyone thinks that the DC25 can't handle aggressive work,
Check it
a
out.
high dirt load, check it out because it did a really good job. I'm not saying that it's happy about it, but it took a severe beating, but it got it done.
We never knew the DC25 vacuums were so strong. We figured it was kind of an art object.
Yeah, everybody
You know?
complains that they're underpowered and the brush motors are weak. And
Not ours.
ours has done pretty good so far.
We like ours.
Got one little dark area up in the corner here. We'll see how that goes. Luckily, most of the time, the stuff you find in carpets, even though it looks really horrible, it'll come out if you use a good machine and you have a decent chemical to use. Every once in a while, you find stuff that you just can't get out. But I'd say we get out probably 98% of everything we run into.
Most everything.
It comes out, and there's a little percentage where you've dyed the carpet or something, and you're not going to ever fix that. But most of the stuff does come out.
It's so dark in here, I can't even tell how I'm going to turn it on. Leave the camera on.
You still need to do that closet, but I'm not going to video that
I'll get
because
in
it's
there.
too hard to.
This is still a little dark. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the bricks and the carpet that's through. Here's some red. That's coming out with ammonia and an iron.
Get that little stain there at the front of the closet if you want to, and I'll shut the camera off after that because that's
That
the
should
only
come
real
right
stain.
out. Shazam.
Well, there you go. I'm going to stop the video here. We're going to also be doing some extracting and some red stain treatment. I don't know how much of it we're going to put in this video though because we don't want to put a 4-hour video up.
Well, you see a lot of videos on YouTube of people taking red stains out. They put the steamer down for 15 seconds, pick it up, and the stuff's gone, but that's not how it really works.
No. First off, sometimes it takes 25-30 minutes to get the steamer running because it takes a while to heat up. Alright, all the carpets are scrubbed with the Oreck Orbiter, and we're going to actually take it away and come back with the other machine. So we're going to stop the video here. I assume we're coming back today. If there's some sort of delay, we don't know what we got waiting on us. But if there's some sort of delay, we're going to do the rest of the carpet tomorrow. But we're going to try to do it today and just get it knocked out. But it's starting to shape up. If you look at the beginning of the video, you can see how filthy the carpet was when we started, and you can see quite a contrast already. But anyway, that's all for this little section. And I'm going to put at the end of this, I'll probably show the end result when we finished everything and it's raked. But there's also going to be some other footage, probably with the extractor that we're going to show. But you might just keep an eye out for all these videos. I put them up in sequence, so you'll be able to find it. If it's not up now, it'll be up in a week or so. But anyway, thanks for watching so far. Alright, we've done the bonnet cleaning part of cleaning this carpet. We're getting ready to do the extraction with the rug doctor. We've got the steamer ready. This thing could take sometimes 20 minutes, depending on your conditions, to really get heated up. And we don't even know if the outlet works, so we're going to get that started now, because by the time he finishes this, hopefully the steamer will be hot and one of us can start getting rid of these red stains. So, oh, and we're going to use ammonia. We just use it in a squirt bottle there. It says red dye on it, but that's what we're going to use on the red stains. We don't have any ammonia down yet, so here we go. We have a bad outlet. There's a lot of bad outlets up here we noticed when we were vacuuming. I just can't remember if this one's one of them. Within about 5 minutes, you ought to hear that thing boiling. That black speck there is a gum spot. We're going to get that out with the steamer. It's going to rain. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to show the extraction most of the living room, but I'm not going to show a lot of it. We're going to try to show some of the steamer in action. Does the breaker go?
Yeah. Keep filming.
Now sometimes the ammonia, I'm putting down some right now, sometimes the ammonia will actually take out a lot of this stuff. Sometimes the ammonia will take out a lot of this stuff without even having to put steam into it. So a lot of the stuff will lighten up a little bit with just ammonia only, but the rest of it you got to put the heat into to get the stain extracted out of the carpet. Get that agitated in a little bit. Alright, he's still working on the extraction. I'm going to go ahead and start pre-treating some of the red stains. And we'll come back with the steamer. Show maybe a little bit of that, and maybe some more extraction later on. So stay tuned. Alright, we're not done extracting, but we're starting to steam the living room. And we had a little red stain right here in the corner. It's gone. Working on another little stain here that's going to get ready to hopefully be gone. We plugged in over here so that we could heat the thing up and not have it in our way, but we're going to have to move it into the living room. But we're going to do that in a second. Now hopefully with this carpet only being 7 months old, none of these are permanently in yet. But
well, we're hoping there's enough carpet protectant to help get them out.
now all of these stains, unless we missed one, have been sprayed with ammonia. It's sitting. And we'll go ahead and put some more ammonia down as we go because you do need ammonia.
It's hot on that bottle. You can see it steaming. I don't know what the camera shows it, but it's got steam coming out big time. Like we're steaming to Portugal. Let's see. We need to move this whole thing in.
Just move that for a second and see if that stain's coming out.
It's coming out.
I don't know if you can even tell with this lighting we got in here. Anyway, that's what we're basically doing. We're working on these stains. Spraying ammonia as we go, so it smells nice in here if you like the smell of ammonia.
Oh, it's real lovely.
I think the word a bouquet.
Stains are coming off. That rag was clean when we started. It was white, so and we've done just a couple, so it's getting them out.
Most refreshing. Okay, we're going to keep working on that. Sorry, we're going to keep working on that. He's going to keep extracting. We're both going to be doing a little bit of each, and we'll let you know as the progress goes. So stay tuned. Alright, we're working on the red stains in here. The extraction is done. So it hasn't been raked, so it looks kind of rough. We've got a good red staining right there. I think there's another one, yes, by the bathroom doorway. I don't know if you can see it real good. Some of this may not show up on camera. Well, I say that, and then it always looks like it does show up usually. So, but he's working on some. Now, some of these we work on them a little bit, and then we go on to something else and come back on them and let them sit, and we gradually lighten the worst of them. Some of these don't want to come out.
See this
That
over
piece
here?
of gum is gone.
This
right?
over here, right here where my foot's at, this is lined up. It was dark. We're not done on it, but we lined it up, and we're going to come back and hit some more of it.
Yeah, if you can see it on camera.
There's about 10 or 15 residues in here, so I've just been jumping around the room, hitting different ones.
Yeah, a lot of times what we do on these too is we'll get done where we think we're done. We'll rake the carpet and everything. We'll come back tomorrow and check, because some of them fade out overnight, and some of them you think you have them out and they may come back on you. So.
Yeah, red stains are tricky. They sometimes you'll get them faded out, the next day they're gone, and sometimes you'll get them so they come back. You can't never tell. Red stains are real funny how they work.
And in some of these apartments, the problem you got is you have so many little faint ones that you don't see them all. But they don't care too much about getting 100% as long as you get the darker ones that are easier to see out. But if you go back to when we first started the job up here before we even vacuumed, you can see how dirty these carpets were. So we already have a huge improvement.
We've already done what we intended to do.
Yeah.
We got it ready to rent.
Now the
apartments.
The Rug Doctor has a little more water left in it, so we're saving it, because some of these, if we have an extractor handy, it's kind of nice to be able to go over them and just suck up everything real quick and see how you're doing. So we'll probably use it a little bit more. Let me turn this so it's not putting a strain on the hose. Now these things, when you fill them completely up to the full line, which is kind of hard to see, but if you get them full, they'll run you 45 minutes or so straight. But you want to keep an eye on them. If you let the water level get down to where the heating element's exposed, you can hurt your heating element. So you want to make sure and keep an eye on the levels. Don't let it get drained too much. If you do need to refill it, you want to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes and kind of cool off, and make sure you put hot water in, as hot as you can get it out the tap. You don't want to add cold water in there, you can ruin that element. But that's what we're doing. So stay tuned, we'll show you the finished results after we rake and everything, and I may show some more of the red stain removal, I'm not sure, but anyway, stay tuned. Okay, the living room. I think we're done for now. We're going to double check it tomorrow. There's a little bit of, you can see some real light red stains here and there. You can't always get them 100% out, but what you can do is try to lighten them as much as possible and make it so that they don't draw the eye quite as easily. The blue there is some paint, because they have some paint that they spilt over here on the floor. And it looks like an acrylic, but the paint we're going to have to do a different treatment on if they want to spend on that. Alright, let's see. And he's working on this room. Now you saw there's one here, right, Jay? Alright, there's just
This
little,
one right here was deep red.
yeah, and it's lightened quite a bit.
I mean, it was deep dark red. Now it's about 95% out.
A lot of these, if you leave a little bit of ammonia on them, overnight they'll just go ahead and fade out
Yeah, sometimes that doesn't
the rest
hurt.
of the way. It's not always 100%. This carpet's pretty new, but the type of carpet that it is, it's got a real fine texture to it. It doesn't have the coarser fibers, it has real fine ones. I don't know if you can really see. And so these don't wear as long, and so sometimes when they're putting carpet in an apartment, they just get whatever they can get, but some carpet is not a very good grade of carpet to put in apartment complexes. Of course, we haven't treated the red stains in here at all yet, but so after 7 months, this carpet had a pretty rough life. You can see right there along the threshold that it's had a lot of traffic there, and it's pretty abused and beat up. So this carpet's not going to necessarily last. Some of the carpets around here are over 10 years old. They still look halfway decent. This carpet's not going to last that long. But as long as it's good for one more tenant, they can re-rent the place. That's kind of what you need to do in this type of business.
You never know, the tenant may move in for 10 years.
Yep. And if they take care of the carpet and vacuum it a lot and everything, it'll be fine. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to probably just show at this point the final raked carpet. We're not going to show all the red stain removals because it's still going to take a little while. But stay tuned and see how the carpets look when everything's raked. Alright, so the next day, and some of the red stains that didn't, that seemed like they didn't come out completely, we're working on those. There was one right there. There's one right here, and it's still wet, so it looks funny, kind of like a lighter spot. But we didn't show this before, but you can use a regular clothing iron, but you want to make sure you keep those towels underneath it. You want to keep them wet.
Keep them wet.
Pretty damp. And don't do. Some people say you could do that for 20 minutes.
If we pick this up, see if some red's transferred through.
Yeah, you can see some of the colors.
That's a transfer.
That's yeah, I wouldn't go no. Watch out, that iron is tipsy.
This stain was almost. Now what we do is just throw the rags in a wet water bucket and pick up a new one, dry it out, and put it right back down.
But like we said on the video, actually from yesterday, although it's part of this video, some of these red stains are stubborn, and you're not going to get them 100%. And so what you want to do is maybe check them a day later.
And we are using the wallpaper stimmer, but this is sometimes what you have to do.
And here is one of the bedrooms that's raked. It's been raked and it's sitting overnight. And it looks pretty good. And I'm going to rake the hallway here and the living room. And we'll show a final view of what that looks like. And then this other bedroom, which is dark. There is one dark stain. I guess I could walk on somebody else has. There is one dark stain that lightened quite a bit, but it's still in there. And the manager already said that's fine because they'll just mark it on the move-in sheet, so we're not gonna try to do anything else with that. So if you look back at when the video started and we did the initial walkthrough, you can see how dirty these carpets were. So it's a big improvement. So that's where we're at. When we get done, I'll rake this and show you one more little view of just how the living room looks. So stay tuned for that. Okay. We've done what we're going to try to do on these red spots. Kind of see, I'll try to hold the camera steady so you can kind of see the carpet a little bit better. The manager's already looked at it and said that's good enough. That's you can go a little further, but at a certain point you just get the stains as good as you can. Let me go over to the other side here. That lighter spot, that'll still, those spots are damp right now,
When
so they'll
it
change
dries,
color.
that'll go ahead and turn back more to the color it's supposed to be. Those white spots you see on camera, those are where we hit some more red stains that were a little thick.
Yeah, it's color. The manager said she'd rather see white splotches than red splotches.
But these white splotches, they'll go ahead and.
But you gotta be careful. There's a point where you start to take the dye out of the carpet if you go too far, and you don't want to.
We use the Wagner power stimmer typically, but this time we used the iron because the Wagner didn't get everything. An iron is a lot hotter than the steamer.
Yeah. No, the thing you're going to want to do every once in a while when you use an iron for this kind of thing, you see the sole plate there. You want to get like a green scouring pad and clean that off because it's going to get a buildup on it. And do be careful when you're using these irons on carpets, because if you walk away for a minute, or if you've got pets and children in the room, be very careful, because it doesn't take much to cause a lot of serious damage.
When you got an iron down, you stay there, and if you need to walk off, you pick the iron up.
But
the steamer, you can walk off on the iron, you don't never walk away from it.
If you restart the video from the beginning and see the carpets in their initial condition, after looking at this, you can see that's a huge improvement. You're not going to make these carpets perfect, but you can make them so the people moving in, most people are not expecting brand new carpets when they move into an apartment, so they're just going to be happy if the carpets look decent. But basically that's all there is for this one, so until next time, thanks for watching.